Welcome back to For the Love of Indy, and today we are going to have a little bit worse audio for the main episode because I lost all of the mic audio due to a Windows update, which is fantastic. So you're going to have to deal with a little bit of lower audio quality because it is coming from the camera this time around, and next time we'll make sure not to let this sort of mistake happen again. And hopefully you enjoy the video. We're going to be talking about the actual races at Iowa with a special guest. So roll the intro. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the Iowa doubleheader. Just like how there's 2 races, there's 2 episodes. That's crazy. All right. We're going to try to make this one a little bit shorter. The last one was a little long. And we have our guest on the show today of my girlfriend. And she watched from home. So
home viewer.
Lexi,
we are covering all the bases while we were, at the race versus the experience, not at the race. So, better than last year is kind of the best way for me to put these races into a bundle in like 3 words.
Better than last year, yeah. And I think part of that is because the hybrid and the tires, and there wasn't able to be passing on track, and there weren't as many maybe yellows. I don't know.
Well, they ruined the High Line last year with the repave for NASCAR,
right?
Plus the tires, plus the introduction of the hybrid.
Yeah,
it was kind of like this perfect storm of
bad
create
things.
Nothing on the track. And this year I definitely wasn't sleeping as much. I feel like the last year watching it literally got to points where I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, there were just a couple points at both races where maybe there's like 20-30 laps, nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
But for the most part, especially the second race, I think had more action.
Second race was definitely the highlight of the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Saturday, I don't know, both races ended up like Saturday, and I was like, it would have kind of been a marginal improvement over last year, but yeah, I mean, so Saturday, the biggest issue was that that was the race where yellows were just falling right on the dot of the pit
of when
strategy.
Pit. So everybody pit at the same time. Well, I got to start at the start of the race. What happened with Colton?
Don't know. No, you don't have to remind me of that.
Yeah.
No.
That was weird. Also, there's a car going backwards. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. The announcers didn't know what was happening.
The field goes to green, and Colton loses his rear completely. Yeah. Doesn't hit anyone.
Luckily.
But the 4 places we were ahead of last, now we're dead last.
Yeah, he already had a bad start.
Yeah. I mean, quali was trash. It definitely sucks because last year we got a pole position. Somehow. No idea how that really was pulled out last year. Yeah. And then we were ruined. Got screwed by a flag last year. And, got screwed both times this year, too. So, I mean, we're definitely on the run of...
Team Andretti just had a rough weekend with all 3 drivers.
I mean, Andretti definitely had a weekend, but, Herta has consistently, every single year at Iowa, for both races...
Right. It's been a challenge.
Terrible weekends. Every single time. Zero luck in Iowa. It sucks when, it's your driver at your home race, and it sucks every single time.
Yeah, you're wearing the jersey, you're representing, you're ready to go.
And it's just expect heartbreak because there's never going to be a good result at Iowa, I don't think, for her to...
Well, there will be eventually, but at this point...
You're optimistic about it. I don't think there ever will.
Well, I think I'm optimistic.
I don't think so.
Because he did well with the Nashville end of the race last year, and he's, so he can do...
It's not that he can't do ovals, it's just that the Andretti curse is strong at Iowa for him, and it's...
Well, let's not call it a curse. We don't need to be optimistic.
Well, the Penske curse is out this year, which is nice.
Yeah.
And,
so Team Penske definitely had a better first race.
Yeah, they did come back.
Redeeming. Although, Newgarden, you thought he was going to win it, and then... No.
Which was...
But Pato finally took it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was fun to listen to Pato's on Off Track. I'm always telling you watch Off Track or listen to Off Track because he was really excited about... It was his 50th race in Iowa when he won the last time, and now it's his 100th race and he wins in Iowa again. So it was very cool that he got those wins on kind of milestone races for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good to see him kind of get a result he needed for sure. Kind of like I was saying in the car, I'm like, I'm not a Pato guy, but I don't have any reason to dislike Pato. You know what I mean? Like, I can see why people like Pato.
Yeah.
I just like other drivers more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, it's good to see Chevy get their first win for the season.
Yeah.
And it's also good to see McLaren, who has been consistently on podiums, get a win.
Right.
Because McLaren's been doing well. I honestly was thinking Lundgaard was going to be the first McLaren to get a win.
Right.
But then again, Pato is an oval guy.
Yeah.
Which is also really weird. I feel like the last few wins he's had are just all on ovals. Like, he's just strangely, in a way, has better luck or performs better on ovals than he ever does on street circuits.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of weird because, like, I don't think people think of him as an oval guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it seems like his best races are on ovals.
Yeah.
Like, he almost won the 500, you know? And then Iowa kind of felt, race one, it kind of felt like that 500 circumstances again, part two, you know?
Right.
Right up to the end of the race and trying to keep, the dirty air on Newgarden's car.
Yeah.
Like, watching that was very much kind of like a mini 500, and it's like, oh, this is gonna happen again.
Yeah, you're so worried.
And I was kind of worried about that. I'm like, oh my
Right.
gosh, is Newgarden going to pull the Indy 500 on him again?
Yeah.
And he didn't. So it was kind of good to see that, at least, where he finally kind of, that little tiny redemption, I guess, in a way. But
yeah, and we lost some drivers in this one. Nolan Siegel, when you're talking about McLaren too, he was started up way in the top 6, right?
He had surprisingly decent.
He had really good
positions.
qualities for both of them. I think he was supposed to be 5 on Saturday, and then he got a medical disqualification for Sunday. I mean, they basically just advised him not to go. So
Which will be interesting to see how that works out in Toronto this weekend.
Yeah.
Because Lundqvist is on the roster, and I would
Right.
see Lundqvist in a car again. So
Yeah.
low key, I'm like, I'm not going to complain.
No, I mean, you always want Siegel to get back in it and be well enough to do it, but also, yeah, it would be really great for him Lundqvist to get an opportunity.
Lundqvist was robbed of a seat, in my opinion, and I think him to get back, even if it's for a race, and just to see what he can do, kind of on short notice.
I guess he'll be back next year. What do you think? Maybe? So far?
I think
that's possible.
I don't know. It's tough. All that matters is VK gets another year contract because he's only on a year, and technically VK could be kicked out of IndyCar at the end of the year, which would be devastating.
Yeah,
and
we'd be unhappy.
In terms of other people getting seats, it doesn't matter to me. If Valtteri doesn't get his F1 seat, then I want Valtteri in an IndyCar. So, but my two main picks of my DCR team gonna go crazy if it's Valtteri and VK. But because DCR loves taking former F1 guys, and that's the easiest spot for him to get in. But that's kind of besides the point. Siegel's been having a lot of kind of quietly decent qualifyings now. I mean, Mid-Ohio, he was in the Fast 6.
Yep.
And this race, he was qualifying in, I think, 5th and some other, I can't remember what his first race, but I know 5th was the second. That was where he was going to start and got disqualified, or, medically removed.
Right.
He's definitely coming around, which is good, I guess. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it from him. So I think the bar was kind of low in my brain for Siegel performance. But, it's good for McLaren as their lineup to have that.
Yeah. So the first race ended up with Penske finally doing well, but still not winning. So I think they were happy that they were 2, 3, and 4. But I don't think they were happy that Pato got that win.
Right. Yeah, they obviously wanted the win. I mean, and for in terms of a story like that, it looks good for them to have all this bad luck, and then they finally get their win at the track that they always win at.
Yeah. Newgarden's won almost every time, unless he's had an issue.
6 times and led 2,000 laps.
Oh yeah, the stats were up the whole time.
Were they?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the Fox broadcast.
Well, Went to yellow, so immediately full screen ads. Can't watch. I think I missed. I think I went from
Heard of
lap
spins?
one.
Ads.
They went, well, it's yellow. See you in a bit.
Right.
To ads.
Ads for
I think
hours.
it came back when they were going to lap 8. So
Oh
that's
wow,
like
that's a
But
lot.
we
of
didn't.
great
We didn't
laps.
restart until after lap 8 though.
Yeah.
Or did they restart when they came back?
I don't know because it just went to ads and I knew nothing.
No, but
There's
after it
ads
came
for
back
that.
from ads, was it green or were they racing or was it?
They were still going. I think it was still yellow though.
Yeah. So that,
Yeah, they kind of had to do a whole restart because of Herta
Right.
spinning out. And,
Yeah, and they had to reposition everyone. And that took
Mhm.
forever too.
yeah.
Just to reposition the cars. They didn't even get
Mhm.
sweepers out. It was like, sitting there at the track, it was like, this is a really long restart for a guy who just spun in the back and then is
Right.
now at the back of the field.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess they had to like get the cars back into order before or immediately after the spin, and they had to like, because some people use the yellow to overtake, and you have to kind of get them.
So when they had pit stops, because everyone was pitting at the same time, I'm guessing they didn't have any pit timers.
There was one
one
pit
time.
stop timer on Saturday for Pillow and then never seen again the rest of the
Okay.
weekend.
All right.
Which
Yeah.
is brutal because
Brutal.
Mid-Ohio,
Right.
they were on
I
it.
know they were starting
They
to
were
pick it
doing
up.
They
really
were-
well, and they were putting the whole list of them.
Yeah.
But I think
No.
when you literally have 27 drivers practically
Yeah, they got a
pitting,
little overwhelmed.
yeah, that's just too much. Like if it was half of the, maybe they would have done.
Oh, even
better.
if it was the top half of the grid
Yeah.
or the top 6, like, I get that it was hard, but
Even when Polo had the pit stop timer, I think somebody else went and pitted and they had nothing.
For the other
Yeah, for
person.
the other person.
Yeah.
So
Not surprising.
I can't say I'm surprised, but it's definitely like, why did that
why
go
just
away?
that one? Yeah.
Right.
Because Mid-Ohio was like, we didn't have an episode on Mid-Ohio, but basically my one thing about Mid-Ohio would have been, holy shit, there was pit stop timers.
Yeah.
That's
And
kind of
somewhat
that's
consistent.
kind of
and
all that
somewhat
I
consistent ones too.
and consistently,
Yeah.
and they were good, and they helped determine the race.
Right.
Like it
Mhm.
made the viewing experience much better
Yeah.
at Mid-Ohio. That's the only really thing I had to say about Mid-Ohio anyway. So that's why we didn't have an episode. It was just kind of it was a race, I guess. Like it really wasn't that much. But to just lose it immediately again, maybe because it was an oval, maybe
Yeah.
they kind of
Mhm.
like we'll see if Toronto if they're
yeah. If
back,
Toronto, if they come back with
Right.
pit timers, that'll be
then
a good sign.
maybe that's because they're just trying to focus on like road courses and street courses for pit timers, and then ovals they'll like figure that out better
Mm-hmm.
further down the line.
Yeah.
But now we know, for a beyond the fact, they exist.
Yes.
They're
We know
good.
they're real.
It's not
We know they're
bad.
there.
Yeah.
It works. We need more of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna keep hounding that until we get it consistently. But
Maybe by the end of the season.
I think I do believe now by the end of the season there is
Yeah.
a chance that
Fingers
we
crossed.
have that
Fingers crossed.
up and running the way it's supposed to be, all proper. So
5 races left.
yeah, and then Saturdays, all the tire stints fell right on a
Yeah.
yellow.
Mhm.
So whenever
It was
there's
like,
yellow, I mean, it was like
what are the odds?
almost like
Mhm.
timed perfectly.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
I'm like sitting there going like, okay, we're kind of getting to like the first round of pits. I think, oh, yellow, oh, they're all gonna pit now because
Yeah.
it's basically close
Yep.
enough.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just like this,
And people definitely lost places and had pit stops. Like Rossi, I think, had a tough pit stop. I
Yeah.
think there were other teams too that you could see.
well, Rossi
there were some
DNF'd
changes.
in Saturday.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. At the end.
But yeah, I mean, but it did make the race come down to pit stops because you did see Pato did jump Newgarden at the end in a pit stop.
Right.
Right.
He went because that was under green flag, I think, right at the end. He went with an overcut for like a lap, had a slightly faster stop,
Yeah.
and jumps Newgarden and is able to win it,
Yeah.
which is cool. But because there was so many yellow flag pit stops, there was 0 tire strategy difference,
Right.
0 fuel strategy difference.
Mhm.
Everyone was pretty much just running the exact same
Yeah.
race, and so they were still passing. I don't think it was a very like completely
Yeah,
dull
especially,
race.
well, the one nice thing about the yellows and the pit stops is the sweepers went out. So then they're able to sweep out the high line and then make that an option
the
again.
restarts were
Yeah, the
at least
restarts.
good.
Yeah.
Versus a green flag, like under if it was all green,
Yeah.
I mean, that race would have sucked. Like, you know, you needed the yellow to reset the high line so that something would happen on the restart.
Yeah.
But then kind of once they fell into their marks, they kind of just, it was just
so
kind of
who were the yellows for? One of them was Ericsson.
Yeah, Ericsson had a hit.
And
I think one was
Kirkwood.
DiFrancesco might have had a hit.
Ericsson,
Kirkwood had a hit.
Yeah.
Abel had a hit in one of
Abel,
them.
yeah.
I think it was the first race was Abel.
Yeah.
And
Stingray or no? I don't remember.
Stingray was I think Sunday.
That was Sunday. Okay.
So, yeah, I think he had like three or four cars out on the track from getting into the wall or whatever. No major crashes, which is good. But
the other thing you were talking about too was tire, and they only have one tire type for Iowa, and that could be another future strategy of having them have to use two different tires and giving them another.
I think they've tried it before at Milwaukee last year.
Right.
It must not have done enough of variation for them to be interested in it, but I do think at a short track like Iowa, it would be maybe more beneficial to have the reds and the hards.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's kind of hard to say if it would create any sort of variation. I think why not, right?
Yeah,
like why not try it? Because
or at least try it when they do the practices and see if there's, I don't know if they did different tires with practices too.
Right.
If that would be an option, but it would be another way to add some more interest.
Right. And who knows, I think, in terms of if we're keeping the doubleheader or not next year, I think right now rumor is we're not. At least from what I've seen and heard is the doubleheader is just, it's going to go, and it's kind of a byproduct of COVID, apparently. Like,
yeah, and I also think they might do a night race instead. So I think they might do like a Saturday night race.
I think a night race would be smart, because we haven't seen it for a while at Iowa, but also it could change how the tires and whatnot work as well, and that could also work into the favor of potentially bringing those tires into more of a dramatic kind of crescendo of how they wear, maybe. So, yeah, I guess race one, kind of walked out just like, that was a race. I don't know. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't trash, but it wasn't.
I think on the internet, like most people rated just the weekend in general as good. It got 86 to 90% on different polls that I was looking at. So, yeah, and race two is definitely more.
Race two is definitely where the weekend was kind of saved. You know what I mean? Like, I think race one it was okay. You know what I mean? It was all right. But I definitely, you have McLaughlin also coming from the back of the field to the front, and obviously because he's in a Penske, so it's kind of like that should have happened. You know what I mean? Like it's not really a surprise for a Penske on Iowa to go from the back to the front. You know, it's probably like McLaughlin's a good driver, but probably they just know how to set up the car. You know what I mean? Also, VK ended with like plus 12 on Saturday, which was fine, from starting at the back. And I mentioned he moves a lot, and so still had that, which was good. And Hurd had a bad day, but he did pretty much fall in like right next to VK. And
they did. They were right next to each other most of the time.
Pretty much the entire 170 laps of race one. VK was defending from Herta the entire time.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Which was, I told Mr. VK, I'm like, yo, you got to be impressed by the fact that he held off an Andretti for 170 laps. He's like, yeah, that was actually really good. That was something important. And I'm like, yeah, not everyone can do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Andretti car, it wasn't set up for this weekend either, to be fair. But Colton did move up a lot. In race two and even in race one, he was moving up. He was defending it pretty well.
Yeah.
And at least from kind of my car spotting guides, the cars I was watching. And then Rossi had a rough Saturday.
But Christian did pretty well in both races.
Rasmussen did well. Yeah, he had top 10 both races. So that's big. He's, again, kind of weird when you see the European guy come in and they just go to ovals.
Yeah.
You're just like,
how'd that happen?
Where's that skill from? Okay. Interesting. So then Sunday for the race, Well, you said there was something about Ferrucci in a cornfield.
Oh, before
Oh.
the race started on Sunday, they had a pre-recorded interview with Ferrucci, and they were standing in the middle of the cornfield
Nice.
to talk to him. Have anything to do with the corn? No. The whole weekend, all the corn. I know, we're Iowa, but... And then like, oh, he's from Connecticut. He knows the Midwest vibe. I'm like, okay, sure.
Not even the
Yeah,
Midwest.
like, no.
Like, they should have pulled
I'm like,
Malukas
why
for
are we in a
that.
cornfield right now?
Right.
Well, if we're going to pull a Foyt driver, you pull Malukas, the guy from Chicago.
Yeah.
But no.
Who's grown up in the Midwest.
But
Like,
no.
okay.
And in a cornfield, you can clearly tell they didn't plant corn specifically for the little spot. I'm like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So, Sunday was solid, though, I would say. Did we have a yellow off the bat?
This one pretty early.
There definitely wasn't
It
early
was
yellow.
lap 2, because then I went back to my ads and missed like 7 laps again.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
I can't remember who it was either at the beginning.
It wasn't Kirkwood.
No.
It
No
might have.
idea.
No, it wasn't Francesco.
Oh, McLaughlin. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
remember he had a good race the first
Oh,
race.
yeah.
And then he was out. Right
Yeah, and then he was
Yeah.
out right away in the second race.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, 2 Penske's to go once again.
Yeah.
The Penske luck was like,
And
the
then
Penske
Power.
And
bad
then
luck was so
Power
bad.
just started dropping.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah, and he started dropping, so then we were
And then it was like
2 out of
pit,
3.
and it just said pit for like 3 minutes. I'm like,
Right.
let's be real.
yeah, he's done. Also, it was kind of weird seeing Power's livery this year in person. It looks like red, right? It's like red and
Mhm.
yellow.
Yeah.
It's like pink.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a Verizon-y color. It's kind of like, yeah, when you get into the
Oh,
orangey
weird.
pinky color.
Yeah.
It's a
Really
very different
weird.
color
Yeah.
than like your shirt is
How does
really
it
red.
show
Yeah.
red?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's
It
crazy.
does.
It's super weird. I was like, oh, it's going to be red with the little yellow and all that. And I'm like, why is it a shade of pink?
Yeah, Verizon.
Really
yeah. It
weird.
was like a melony color. It was weird.
Yeah. Anyways, that's kind of off the track. But yeah, then McLaughlin's out. I'm like, there's the Penske bad luck we've been dealing with all year.
Right.
And then Power's car. And I'm like, one to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, so now we know Newgarden's race is gonna get screwed.
Yeah.
And I saw someone comment on like one of the pole position posts. He's like, at this rate, Newgarden's gonna get hit with a ballistic missile to like ruin his race. And I'm like,
Insane.
honestly, yeah,
mean,
like
yeah.
basically. So, and his race did get ruined
Mhm.
in the exact same way that hers got ruined last year
Yeah.
by being in the pit when a
When
yellow
yellow.
comes out.
Yeah.
Because it puts you an entire lap down.
Right.
Twice.
Happened to him
Yeah.
twice?
Yeah,
When was the second
it was
time?
twice.
Oh wow.
The second time was Herta. The first time I forget who it was.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
twice.
Yeah, Herta giving
Rip
yeah
Herta.
giving Polo that
Yep,
advantage.
yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the first time it comes out, and then like the people on our radio that we're listening to was like, oh, he might have timed that just right, and I'm like, no, he
No,
didn't.
he
That's what they
I'm
were
a Herta
saying on
fan.
TV.
Yeah.
They're like, he timed that pit stop so perfectly.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
we're
what
like,
are
Like,
you
no,
talking about?
I saw this last year.
Right.
I'm a Herta fan. I remember getting screwed by stupid
Right.
circumstance. I'm used to this.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
he got
screwed.
it
Yeah.
twice.
And I'm like, there's the triple Penske header bad luck.
Mhm.
They got their one good race.
Yeah.
Second race, no.
That's okay, because then they didn't have to talk about the stats the whole time on Sunday and how
Okay.
many laps he's led.
Right.
Oh wow.
They were very sad he didn't win on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of heard like people in the chats kind of saying like, why is Buxton such a Newgarden glazer? You know,
They
what I
had a
mean?
whole little graphic thing with corn, like the track and like corn around it, and then it was like how many laps he's led in Iowa during his career,
Yeah.
and they're like he's gonna hit 2,000 in no time.
Yeah.
They said they should make cornbread to give to him when he hits 2,000.
Oh wow. Yeah, I feel
That's
like
like,
they
wow.
were just anticipating. He's got a 50-50 chance he's going to win at least one of these races,
Mhm.
right? Because
Yeah.
he's won, whatever, 6 of them. So,
And at the very
Yeah.
least, I'll give the race weekend that it like wasn't another Newgarden win in Iowa because we've had 6 of those, you know, and like as someone who just prefers a variety of race winners,
right.
Switch it up.
like especially at a track where like just Newgarden wins at, like
Yeah.
that's like the one guy I don't want to win because I want it to be different.
But then the second guy you don't want to win is Pillow.
Is Pillow, and
And
then of
guess
course,
what?
yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
lesser
no,
of the
we don't
two
get
evils.
what we want. It really does become
No.
like from at this point, it's like which one is like the lesser of like two bad options for the race win.
We've decided maybe we should cheer for the people that we really don't want, and then maybe we'll get the opposite result.
Yeah, because our drivers always do
because
terrible.
right now our strategy isn't working.
Right. Yeah, our
We need a new
drivers.
strategy.
No, they're not having good luck except for VK.
Yeah,
VK.
But I think
VK.
I've obviously ignited the fire in him because now he's seen my work of appreciation.
So his race in Toronto is going to be on point because he knows.
Yo, it could be though because it is a track.
And Milwaukee when you get up there to cheer him on.
We'll see. I mean, he is a street track, street/road course. I think he's stronger at than ovals.
Because he grew up with that.
He grew up with that in Europe, so hopefully Toronto, there's something there, but that's beside the point. And yeah, so Newgarden not having his weekend, kind of funny because Fox definitely wanted him to have his weekend.
Oh, they were having him
They're like tired. They're like so
on
sad that
Saturday.
the poster boy, their little favorite poster boy, is like
Right.
not having not having good luck this year, and it's just kind of like everyone who's not a Newgarden fan is like, I feel
if
like
there was downtime,
we're kind of all fine with this, right?
Downtime on Saturday was Newgarden hype.
Right. I'm
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
I'm sure it was,
A
but
lot.
yeah, I mean, unless you're a Newgarden fan, I feel like a lot of us are probably tired of all
Like
the
pulling up graphics over
everything
the
with
race.
Newgarden on him.
Right.
I mean, I think we're all kind of tired of everything with Polo. It's like at least if we're going to promote the series, promote everyone. But
Right.
So it was nice with Paddle getting the first win just because it was yet again another new winner.
right, another new winner.
Yeah.
That now brings us to 5.
This race on Sunday though, we got a fun person that maybe people weren't expecting with our third spot.
Armstrong.
With Armstrong.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting because it starts to maybe put a magnifying glass on the fact that MSR has been ridiculously consistent this entire season.
Mm-hmm.
Both Armstrong and Felix are in the top 10 for constructors.
Yeah.
And where are they finishing in races? 6, 7, 8, 5, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Consistently in the top 10.
They're always in the top 10, but no one's talking about it.
Yeah,
Well, and the big thing really is they have a Ganassi partnership.
Right.
So they're sharing data and sharing information. And I feel like that's really on the down low this year. People aren't talking about that very much, but that's hugely having a great impact on both of their stats and their seasons.
Right. I mean, if you're going to root for a team that's not Chip Ganassi this year, because this entire year is Chip Ganassi year. I kind of mentioned, like, if you're not a Chip Ganassi fan, it's a crap year. You know what I mean? It's like you're a Penske fan, crap year. Andretti fan, crap year. JHR fan, kind of crap year. You know what I mean? Like, literally any other fan, unless you're a CGR fan, it's a crap year. It's for the most part. I mean, there are moments, right? But you're never getting your big, fun, great moment in the sun. I mean, Andretti fans, we have had the Kirkwood wins, which is nice, but you want to see all the Andretti guys, or you want to see you want to see more McLaren guys, or you want to see more,
Carpenter.
ECR guys. It would be nice. Yeah, I like, and MSR is kind of like the second pick you'd probably realistically want to go with, just because they're using Chip Ganassi data.
Yeah.
And because they have this Chip Ganassi data, they're able to just do really well. Like they're not getting to the podiums, but they're close. Rosenquist with a P2 at not Mid-Ohio, that was Road America, right?
Yeah.
Rosenquist on a P2, now we have Armstrong on a P3.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're right there. I mean, this the only guy standing in their way is Alex Palou, who's got the better data, like the best of the best data. They're just copying his data.
Right.
And they're in a car that's not as well funded.
Right.
But look, they're right next to him, basically.
Yeah.
And if it's not them, it's Dixon.
Yeah.
And
who got second.
Who got second.
In the Sunday race, so.
So it's kind of like MSR is definitely the second team you should root for if you're going to root for teams.
Yeah.
Because of that Chip Ganassi partnership. Because that's the team that's the team that gets to win this year exclusively, basically. So.
Yeah, we'll just hope for Toronto and Portland and Laguna and Nashville and
we can hope Andretti data for Toronto is like good again, because historically it's an Andretti race.
Yeah.
And
last year it was a great race for them in 1 and 2.
if it's not an Andretti race, it won't be so sad. Like,
Yeah, it'll be tough. We got to keep our fingers crossed, people.
The disappointment would be quite high if it was an Andretti race at Toronto. So I guess we'll see. I think VK will do better as well. And then Sunday VK did well again, like plus 14.
Oh, yeah.
But he got beat by Abel right on the line.
Oh, right.
Oh, it pissed me off.
So
I'm
who
like,
got biggest mover in Sunday? I don't remember.
Lundgaard.
Oh, okay.
Just
yeah,
kind of
that's
random.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But literally in the last turn, Abel was somehow racing for position, which is rare for Abel. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Abel's there. He must have been lapped like 4 times already.
Mhm.
But it's like he was actually racing for position
Yeah.
and then passed VK for like the extra position.
Ugh.
So it was like 11-12. And it's like
Right.
Abel definitely needed the P11
Brutal.
because he's had such a such a bad
he's had a
season.
really tough year.
Like that, a P11 is like the best he's done all
Yes.
year.
Right.
Yeah.
He definitely needed that. But he took a point away from my boy, so like I'm not gonna respect it as much. Like I'm kind of upset about that. I think VK just had a bad line out of turn 4 and lost it. And
Well, probably because turns 3 and 4 would have been harder
It's
for him
harder
than 1 and 2,
for him.
according to Dad.
so my assumption is it was the same on Sunday because Sunday it looked like it was harder for him to move up.
Yeah.
Right.
Pure pace of the car just didn't have the pace. I'm like, oh, we're gonna sit in the back. But at the end of the day, still plus 14 again,
That's
and
still a big move.
that's a lot of positions in a car that literally is meant to be dead last.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where you put the other car. Like at DCR for me is always like that's like the last team. Kind of tack them on at the end for
Yeah.
positions if you're going to put a lineup there, and VK is out driving the car, so it's kind of not that way.
Well, and a lot of it is that funding. I think Abel is there because he can bring in some money for the funding, and it's just not as well funded of a team. So that's a big challenge.
Yeah, it definitely is difficult for them, and they are like the ultimate underdog. If you're really gonna
if
pick,
you want an underdog team.
if you're really gonna pick an underdog team, like
Yeah.
it used to be JHR, I'd say, and like now it's Dale Coyne again.
Yeah.
And they've been struggling, and we'll just kind of see how next year what they go with for driver lineup, and I hope VK can at least stay in a DCR,
Yeah.
but it sounds like he does have options.
Right.
Because I guess since he's been with Ed Carpenter, Chevy likes him. Now he's been with Honda with DCR, so Honda likes him.
Right.
And apparently, the engine manufacturer makes a bigger difference than you would expect in teams deciding their drivers.
Okay.
Because let's say the driver drove for Honda and shit talked to the living balls off of Honda.
Yeah.
I hate this motor's shit. Like I don't like it or anything.
Right.
Honda remembers that.
Right.
And then let's say they move to Chevy, and then they need a seat at Honda. They're like, oh, they don't like that guy. Like it's not just the team that's deciding this. The engine manufacturer actually apparently, from what the VK's told me, has a bigger say. And so apparently him having a good in and a well-respected in with both of those teams or engines means he has a lot more options.
Yep. Right.
And the same would be probably said for Rossi now because he's worked with Chevy with ECR and Honda for Andretti.
Yeah.
Right? And I think he's maybe talked about that on the podcast where he's like, Honda guys are great and the Chevy guys are great and
Right.
and they both like me, I'm sure he's said that. I feel like I've heard him say that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting when we start going into off season talking about drivers and where they could end up and for what reasons those might be made as well. Because sometimes I feel like there's some driver choices where you're like, really? Where'd that come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that could be part of it.
So after this weekend, we have a little bit of a change in the standings. Obviously, Flo's at the top, but Pato's now in second, and Kirkwood's down to fourth.
Right, because of his. I mean, it's just a terrible weekend.
Yeah, so that was
It's
really
done.
tough for Kirkwood.
I think the championship running for him is done. I just
big,
don't.
Big lead.
Yeah.
He could come back in Toronto because I know him
Right.
and Herta were both
1 and
very
2.
much up there, and I could see Kirkwood win Toronto if it's an Andretti race because of Brian.
Yeah.
Having a maybe stronger strategy, but then again, never know.
Well, they pretty much ran it
And-
as a team last year. I mean, it was just like, and Colton was ahead and Kirkwood was support, and they just made sure they got through it. So we'll see. I guess probably whoever's ahead, whoever does better, the other one will be support for them. So
yeah. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, in terms of, I'd say Kirkwood. I mean, at this rate, championship's locked up by Palou. Yeah,
we all know
I'm
that.
pretty sure. Like someone said that Pato would have to. Or I don't know if it was Pato. I think it was like Pato has to win 6 races, or Pato has to get within the top 6 for all of the next races, and get like fastest lap points, and get pole position points to like even get close enough to overtake Palou.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, hypothetically the championship's still on,
Right.
but like realistically, it's done. Championship's done.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's locked up. Like,
Yeah.
you can say all you want.
Too many
Hypothetically,
differential.
Pato can do this. Like, but unless Palou's DNFing literally the next every race,
Mm-hmm.
now it's done. Bro could go on vacation now. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's fine. Like he
can watch the rest.
Take
of the
a few
season.
weeks off. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
go
watch
ahead.
him on
Just-
Fox.
you can
Enjoy
go
it.
do something else. Go drive in like Le Mans or something, or go drive in WEC or WRC. Go explore something else, because like the championship will still be yours at the end of the day.
Yep.
Because it's pretty much locked up, and
Yeah.
Kirkwood, his is pretty much done. Any chance he has is gone.
So do we have any picks before we go for our Toronto picks? Lexi, what are your picks for
I don't
Toronto?
have any. I don't know.
She doesn't follow any of this enough to
No.
make a decision.
No.
I would say,
I mean, obviously we want Andretti to do well because they've done well in the past, and so it would be great to see at least one of them, if not both of them, on the podium, or all 3. I guess we got to think of Ericsson too, but I know Ericsson has had a tougher time in Toronto.
yeah, I think I'm gonna put Herta on there. I'll put let's say pure Hopium VK podium, because his dad doesn't believe it's gonna happen. but
Podium.
His dad doesn't think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen
VK can do it.
VK
If
podium
anybody can do it, it's VK.
somehow. And let's put Malukas back up there again.
Malukas.
Let's say-
I know that was a really tough thing to see Malukas have
yeah.
opportunity
I
this
thought he had
weekend,
him for
and
Palou gets
it
the
just-
ultimate luck by Herta's bad luck,
Yeah.
which it was really frustrating, because I'm like, man, this is gonna be such a great like battle to the end,
It
and like
was a great
Malukas
battle.
is gonna come through and he's gonna get his first win.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And no, Palou just gets lucky again and gets the win. And it's like,
Yeah, and Herta helping out
was
by
really
having that
hanging
yellow
on.
at the very
Yeah.
end. That was
Mhm.
right,
really tough.
mega
but
kick in the nuts again as a Herta fan. But
I'm gonna go with Kirkwood and Rosenquist and Malukas.
okay, yeah, and MSR is probably smart. We'll just say like Palou gets hit out into a
Yeah,
barrier or something.
I think or mechanical issue or something.
It happened at the last street race in Detroit, so we're gonna run that back.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna run it back.
Give it a go.
We're gonna get Palou out of the race at some point, and we're going to put in interesting driver lineup for a podium.
Yeah.
Or not. I guess we'll see.
see.
But either way, appreciate everyone for tuning in again to the part 2. And just like the doubleheader weekend, we have the doubleheader episodes.
And thanks for joining us, Lexi. Yay.
Thank you for being here and
Of course.
mentioning your
Mentioning
viewing
my
experience
2 cents worth.
for Fox, which
Yeah.
once again has not been.
Not changing that much.
Anyways, like, subscribe, share, all that sort of stuff. Again, if we grow, we can provide even better content. So any way we can grow, we
And
really
then we
appreciate it.
can, get shirts,
We can make merch.
merch.
We can make merch. We could, maybe get interviews with drivers
Yeah.
and get interviews with people on the teams. Like
Yeah.
there's things that could happen. Just we need the help. We need the hands and the.
So thanks for listening. If you made it all the way through, put your top picks for Toronto.
Or the race after that.
Yeah, or the race after, whenever you listen.
Monterey, is it Laguna Seca after Toronto?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Laguna or Portland, I'm not sure.
One of those. But either way, yep, appreciate it. And at the end of the day, because we didn't say last time, we were just doing this
For the love of Indy.